populous country in the world, with a population of over 1.4 billion. 1 of 5 people living on this planet is Chinese, and China's population is 4 times of the United States. Among Chinese population, 92% are Han Chinese. Han Chinese, the largest ethnic group in China, also form a majority or notable minority in other countries, and they comprise roughly 18% of the global human population. People's Republic of China now officially recognizes 56 ethnic groups in China. There are 5 minority autonomous regions in China, including Tibet, Xinjiang Uyghur, Inner Mongolia, Ningxia Hui, and Guangxi Zhuang autonomous regions. They have their local governments and legislative rights. Other ethnic groups in China include the Manchus, Miao, Yi, Tujia, each with a population of over 5 million. Despite different traditions and customs, minority ethnic groups in China are good at singing and dancing, always showing a friendly and hospitable image to visitors. In the 21st century, the tide of urbanization is sweeping around China. Over 0.6 billion Chinese people live in China's cities. The construction of Chinese cities every year is equal to building a city of Chicago. By 2030, over 350 million people, the population of the USA, are expected to move from the countryside to the urban cities. The manpower required to drive this urbanization trend comes from the rural population. Thanks to their hard work, people living in cities can enjoy better and more convenient infrastructure. Chinese people like to say, the unique features of a place always give special characteristics of its inhabitants. Diverse geographical conditions, climates, historical background, as well as local cultures in China have shaped distinctive characteristics of people from different parts of the country. Chinese people have inherited the characteristics from both their local cultural genes and also as a result of evolvement and development of the nation. It's really hard and almost impossible to draw a portrait for Chinese people in different regions. But in many people's opinion, people from Beijing are extrovert, good at chatting, and enjoy making friends with people from other places.
取消了啊！今儿高兴，You buy glass, very happy 啊！哈哈，这丑，得养多的鸟。哈哈哈哈哈！我今欢迎你呀呀呀呀呀呀
！As neighbors of Beijing, people in Tianjin and northeast China have a talent for traditional performing art such as 相声, crosstalk, and 二人转, a song and dance duet.
溜丸子、炸丸子、南煎丸子、木须丸子、三鲜丸子、四喜丸子、鲜虾丸子、鱼腐丸子、鸽子丸子、豆腐丸子、川丸子、一腿肉、樱桃肉、马牙肉、红焖肉、黄焖肉、坛子肉，有胡肉、扣肉、松肉、罐肉、烧肉、烤肉、大肉、白肉、酱豆腐肉、红肘子、白肘子、水晶肘子、蜜了肘子、酱豆腐肘子、趴肘子、炖羊肉。
Shanghainese have a reputation for being open-minded, and the ladies from Shanghai are known to be elegant and have a good taste for fashion. Just like the favorite food, chilies, people from Sichuan, Chongqing, and Hunan are born with a hot and fiery personality. Living in a wide area of Lower Plateau, People from Shanxi and Shanxi have a reputation for being unsophisticated and warm-hearted.
哥哥儿你走西口，小妹妹我实在难留，手拉着那哥哥儿的手，送哥送到大门口。
People in Zhejiang and Fujian and Guangdong are ambitious explorers, and now their businesses can be found everywhere in the world. Having been under the rule of European countries for hundreds of years, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan people have rich experience in international trade and other communications. As you can see, Chinese people in different regions have distinctive characteristics, but they have retained some common features characterized by an even temper and a peaceful mind, which are deeply rooted in Chinese wisdom and philosophy accumulated in the past thousands of years. In China, there are old sayings like, living harmoniously with others, but don't follow the tide blindly. Be neutral and not partial to any sides, as well as, in obscurity, maintain your own integrity, and in times of success, help the world and the others. All these thoughts have deeply influenced the national character of Chinese people. In the following part, we will summarize some tips to understand Chinese people's cultural beliefs and values. First, the widespread influence of the belief of moderation. In China, the culture has been shaped largely by the tenets of Eastern philosophies and religions like Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. In each of these beliefs, the key tenets and values include harmony, fortune, and community. Most Chinese people adhere to the principle of middle way or moderation and don't like to go to extremes. In a country with such a large population, keeping peace and harmony is always a major concern, which is considered as a sensible attitude and approach to living in this world. Second, family is a top priority. In Western culture, young people will be fully independent when they reach 18. In China, family ties are much closer. Family members of 3 or 4 generations often live under one roof. This is often the preferred choice for many Chinese families. The elderly can pass on the life experience to their children, and the latter can take care of their parents at the same time. Respect and close relationships with parents are the norm in China, as opposed to the more individualized approach in the West. No matter where they live, Chinese people always long for a family reunion, and their profound love for the motherland and hometown always linger in their heart bottom. The following video clip is about the girl who is studying abroad, is still proud of her Chinese background, and shows her sincere love to her motherland.
从面对挑战时的忐忑，到掌声响起后的自豪，更是自豪自己身后的5000年中华文化。赢得胜利时的笑容是真的，为祖国流下的眼泪更是真的。
Third, they attach great importance to health. In China, many people like drinking herbal tea and doing traditional physical exercises, such as Tai Chi. You may struggle to understand why your Chinese classmate wears a thick coat on a day you might prefer a light jacket. Or you will probably wonder why your friend offered you hot water in the middle of summer. Hot water is seen as a healthy option even in the heat of summer, which is based on China's traditional medicine beliefs about hot and cold temperatures in the body. Besides drinking hot water, the Chinese will often wear winter layers much longer than foreigners. Fourth, Chinese people don't like being blunt when talking with others. Many people always hear that Asian rhetoric styles are very circular. Chinese people often circle around a point before finally arriving at it. They are very polite and tend to use euphemism when talking about delicate and sensitive topics. However, some people will give opinions very directly. This is not an indication of rudeness. Most Chinese people don't like being blunt when talking with others. Fifth, Chinese people are very friendly and they are open-minded to the outside world. Chinese people now are happy to embrace the people and cultures from other countries. The 2008 Beijing Olympics, the 2010 Shanghai World Exposition, and 2016 Hangzhou G20 Summit showed China's national strength to hold important international events and Chinese people's hospitality to welcome friends from all over the world. At the end of this lecture, we want to highlight one outstanding character of Chinese people. They are among the most diligent, courageous, and perseverant people on this planet. Just like our forefathers, today's Chinese people have inherited the indomitable and unyielding spirit in fighting against many invisible wars. In January 2020, the outbreak of COVID-19 in the city of Wuhan became a major public health emergency in China. Just before the Spring Festival of 2020, the most hilarious time of the year, the city of Wuhan was under lockdown to contain the spread of the disease. The isolation has successfully prevented the spread of the disease to other areas of the country. But how about the people left in Wuhan? Who can help them? In the following 50 days, 346 medical teams composed of 42,000 people have been sent to support Hubei province. In fighting against the devastating coronavirus, many doctors, nurses, policemen, and people in other professions have worked day and night to save the victims of the COVID-19. And many people have sacrificed their lives in this invisible battle. In early March 2020, no new locally transmitted infections were reported in Wuhan, the epicenter of the epidemic, marking a notable periodic success in the city's months-long battle with the deadly virus, and sending a message of hope to the world gripped by the pandemic. Spring will come, and we will never forget those heroes who have safeguarded the health and safety of people in face of danger and crisis. That is the end of this lecture. See you in the next section.